Hello everyone, it's Basma Izzat from Fate and Astrology. We have been stopped for a while. We come back to you in 2019 with a new topic, and it's an interesting topic actually. Today we have, as usual, Mr. Ayhan Özcimbit in our studio, and we are going to talk about a new interesting topic. To make you know that in last episodes we have talked about a lot of topics about astrology, which was like a general idea about astrology, yes, and astrology in Islamic perspective, birth chart and its effect or impact on lives. So you can know all of it, you can rewatch all of it from our YouTube channel. Let me thank you, Mr. Ayhan, to come to our TV show for today.
It's my pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to have you in our studios. So what we have today, we have talk about 2019 and what?
First of all, I wish a wonderful 2019 for our African brothers and sisters and all African countries. I hope and I wish 2019 is going to bring a wonderful luck and a wonderful vision for whole continent. Africa is in our hearts.
Yes, that's right. We all hope this for all of our viewers. So a lot of people are interested about the new year.
Yes.
What it will bring for us. And maybe horoscopes and what are going to be in the new year. So it will be our topic for today. I think it will be very interesting.
2019 is going to be a very interesting year for some countries as well, especially Eastern European countries, because most of the Eastern European former Soviet countries they have very similar horoscopes, and their ascendants are Sagittarius.
Yes.
And Sagittarius is very important these days because Jupiter, very important planet, is going to pass whole year long in Sagittarius, through Sagittarius. So this is going to affect Sagittarius very much. And the countries who has got Sagittarius on their birth charts as well, such as Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and some
it's a good thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
exactly.
A very good thing.
And even if they have got some conflicts in between Russia and Ukraine, I believe, inshallah, they're going to have peace,
inshallah,
and that they will stop problems. Anyway,
so you say that's Jupiter?
Jupiter is very important,
in
astrology, and it is passing through Sagittarius, and this has got message for all horoscopes, I mean, such as Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and
what kind
Cancer.
of message
Yes,
it could be?
What kind of messages they can be?
What kind of message it can be?
Yes, and first let's start with Aries.
Are we going to talk about every horoscope, what it means,
exactly.
or how would
yes,
we?
Exactly. So what is coming first in 2019 for Aries, for instance? The Jupiter is in 9th house of Aries. What does it mean? The Aries has, if anyone, Aries, who horoscope is Aries, looking for good opportunities for education, learning foreign language, or going to other countries. This is going to be a wonderful period for them who are getting ready for these things. And I recommend them not to delay their plans about education, especially university, learning languages, and also some investigations at the universities.
First of all, I want to ask you, is that related to specific
month?
Month?
Yes.
Yeah, does it mean I have in January start to do so and so.
This is going to affect whole year long, because Jupiter stays in one horoscope 1 year long, not 1 month, 1 year. So whole year in 2019, Aries has to pay attention for education, learning languages, starting new language, or
From the first of the year.
yeah. That's right. And so I recommend all Aries people who are following education or learning languages or going other country, planning to go visit some foreign countries. This is going to be a good opportunity for them. So they must use, they must take the chance. And this period, I recommend also Aries people on Thursdays, talking to the God with his names. You know, God has got 99 names. One of them is El Hadi. El Hadi means the leading God.
To the right road.
Exactly. So the best time to speak to God about you know, education, praying something, for wishing something from the Lord of the universe, they can call the Lord of the universe as the leading God. Oh, my leading God, please lead me to open the doors for universities or learning languages and also going to other countries. So I kindly request your help for these purposes. They can say. When? Thursdays at noon time, about between 12 or 1 o'clock.
But for a lot of people, they don't know what does it mean. Yani, how are you sure that is that Thursday in the noon? How can you know this thing? How can you calculate the thing?
So for the best result, of course, they must have birth charts. Birth chart analyze
We had
is a
talked about this before.
specific chart. We also talked in last episode,
Yes.
and that is very important normally. So they should also follow their ascendant very well. But this is better than nothing, knowing that Aries should go that way, on the way of education, language, and also visiting other countries, broadening their vision about that.
So you are not predicting, it's science. You calculate something and you know these things.
Of course, because this is a design. Zain is in Arabic language ayah, you know. And so the Allah also says in Quran, all the creatures are designs of God. And elements and also planets are designs of God. When we observe these things, the daily, we can see their affections. Astrology is the experience of the human being for a long time, not the yesterday's science,
Yes,
but
that's right.
centuries, millenniums, and the human being observed this. They built observatory telescopes, you know, to watch the planets, and they found the connection of the planet movements and the incidents related to each other. For instance, Saturn is passing through the Capricorn these days.
Yes.
And what does it mean? The Capricorn people has to be careful, because Saturn tries to keep them in the mood of patience and also, how can I say, taking care of events. They must take the chance. They must be careful also while taking steps these days, especially when the ascendant is Cancer. The Capricorn is in the 7th house.
Yes.
What is the 7th house? Is the marriage. So while Saturn is passing through the marriage house, that person should be careful for his or her marriage, because his life tests these days are from the marriage.
Yeah.
So according to birth chart, of course, the telling according to birth chart, that is much more important, really. But these warnings, what I tell now, is also important for taking some notes for 2019, because we are not going to talk about only for Jupiter, we're going to talk about also eclipse of sun.
Yes, in the second part
in
we
the
have
second part, yes.
another thing.
Inshallah.
But let me ask you something. Now, can we apply this, calculating these things? You say that it will happen, that we have to take care of this. And can we apply this for all of people, have the same horoscope in all the world?
Everyone has got birth chart, especially for him, for her. And like our fingerprint. Because my birth...
It's a unique thing.
Yeah, unique. I am Pisces, but my ascendant is Cancer. And my moon horoscope is in Virgo. And my planets on my birth chart are different. And it is not the same with yours or any other Pisces also. That is why there are two Pisces people, but they have got different personalities sometimes.
Yes, that's right.
Because one Pisces, his ascendant is Leo, other one ascendant is Cancer or or Virgo, for instance.
But you say for now that marriage will be in the 7th month and take care of education, I think this will be for all of the people have the same horoscope? Or
similar, let's say. Similar. This is going to be very helpful. This is affecting some people who have got Aries, normal sun in Aries, and ascendant is Aries. They should listen also, there's one. And also stellium in Aries. What is stellium? Stellium means when there are 3 or 4 planets in one horoscope, that is stellium. That, for instance, you are Leo.
Yes,
right?
That's right.
And you have stellium in Virgo, let's say. You have 4 planets are in Virgo. That makes you also Virgo person, because your Mercury is in Virgo. You think like Virgo. And your Mars is in Virgo. Your ambition, your energy is just like Virgo. Your Jupiter is in Virgo. Your mercy is Virgo color. You understand, right?
Yes.
So the birth chart observation is very important normally. But in general, we are talking now, this is better than nothing. And anyone who has got the Aries, sun in Aries or ascendant in Aries, this is also similar affection. Of course, some of them have got
very different things.
Some more different things, of course, and this can be observed according to birth chart positions, planets in the birth chart really. Not also this, but also the hand reading. The birth chart is one point. Hand reading is also one point. Name is also affecting people's psychology. And any Fatima has in the world, when we look their lives, they have got tougher life than the Aishas.
So our names are affecting our life?
Of course. So when we give name, the energy of the name is also important. That is why Prophet Muhammad changed the names of the people, some people.
Yes, that's right.
For instance, a person who has got name as Abdul Uzza, he changed his name as Abdul Rahman or Abdul Salam, like this. Because the energy of that name comes from the idol. But when he changed, the energy of the name comes from the Asma'ul Husna, Abdus Salam. Abdus Salam means the servant of the peace-giving Lord. So that person is going to be much more peaceful. Ahmed name has got also soft meaning, and it makes the owner of that name a softer and how can I say, much more gentleman. When we look at Ahmeds, they are really much more gentlemen than some others. And the Fatima, they feel themselves, they can't stop themselves to help other person. They are very helpful people. So the Fatima name must be given to the Capricorn, Virgo, and the Taurus people. Why? Because these three the Earth horoscopes, generally they think future all the time. They think the money more and business, this kind of things. So the Fatima name makes balance. For instance, Aisha has got very high energy. So any person whose name is, for instance, Fatima, but she's Libra, so she should have Aisha name. It is going to be much more better.
It's very important.
Exactly.
Thing. You have to take care of the names.
Exactly. That is, some names are affecting really people's personality. So when we give names to the children, we should give them good names, and also looking at the birth charts, then we must give their names. That is going to be the best idea. Otherwise, we can give wrong names, and this is going to affect their personality, of course. Sometimes in Turkey, some spoiled boys, they take the Hoca, then Hoca says, you gave him or her wrong name, they can say. Really? I met, yes. And the name has got its own resonance inside. T, N, L, these kind of letters are going to make one person is a little bit sultan, a little bit ruling person, because it's a little bit hard, according to other.
Like what?
So, for instance, K, very strong. P is very strong. For instance, Kemal. K, L, M. K is a little bit hard and closing, and L in the end of the name is closing a little bit. It's just like Arabic la. La means no, refusing. That is a little bit leadership. That's right, like Mustafa Kemal Atatürk in Turkey, and so we must think first, then we must give the name.
That's a very, very important thing. I never heard about it before. Yeah, it's related to horoscopes.
Horoscopes, and this must be also observed with hands and also the birth charts, really. And then that is going to be great. For instance, one person wants his child teacher, but he or she wants to be an artist because she or he feels inside to be an artist, like painting, creative. Something, create. Yeah, that's right. Because she has got for instance, 4 planets in the 5th house, gives artistic skills. In Libra, in the 5th house, for music. Taurus, that means for painting. And Aquarius, for literature. Pisces, for poems. Yeah, this kind of thing. So we can tell that parents, according to their kids' birth chart, what he or she should study.
Should study.
Yeah. So if you make that person an advocate, a lawyer, it's going to be a torture after 30 years of age, maybe. And then maybe he's going to stop working. He's gonna or she's gonna start a new profession. That is why in the world today there are a lot of people are not doing
what they want,
what they got as an education, just because of this reason.
But there is no odds in these things.
Sorry?
There is no odds. There is no something. Yeah, it means like I am Leo and I should be for my birth chart.
Not only because of one horoscope.
No,
We
no,
should
I mean
look at the all general, the general, the view of the birth chart.
No, I mean according to my name, to my birth chart, and this kind of thing.
All
There's
together.
no old things can be.
We should look very well detailedly. Then, according to birth chart, name, and the energy of palms, then we can say something about the name. He should change or she should change the name, or staying with the same name or not. Then this kind of advice can be given.
Yeah, that's right. So I want to ask you about something. Now, in every new year, we have a lot of people in TV shows. They predicting something about horoscopes, and are they all saying the same?
Mostly they copy each other, unfortunately. And because people are mostly today, the Western astrology, Greek astrology, and the Vedic astrology, is the Indian astrology, are popular. But the Islamic astrology, which I wrote the book 10 years ago, together with my wife, and made Islamic astrology popular in Turkey. It is getting much more popular because it brought a new vision. It explained why Kaaba is cube, why the life elements are, how can we explain the corners of Kaaba inside of zodiac? Why the door is in the east part, is air, and the wisdom, the sun rises from there. Why the earth is in the north. And so the northern part of the world is the richest countries, you know, Eurasia. Yeah. There is much more rain, and they have money. Yes. And they should help the North African part, because indicating the Kaaba's western part, that is fire side, and the very hot area, and the Somalia and the Sudan are poor today just because of the global warming, and also no water, enough water, no food. And so it is also showing how we are going to help the others.
So the Ramadan all of together from an Islamic perspective.
Ramadan, we also talked, you know, in our previous program. Yes. Ramadan, what was that? It was oven, when we don't eat and when we don't drink. So we remember the poor people, especially living in the north part of Africa, Sudan, Somalia, these Chad as well. We remember them and those people, and the people in the Turkey, they want to help them. They're sending food by the vessels, you know, shaped. And this is also making our relations warm, because we must tell them, you're not alone. And the zakah, the north of Kaaba, must be given west of Kaaba. Is a showing earth, money, power.
Should support
the west is poverty and you know, warm climate. And the Ramadan means oven. We remember them when we don't eat and drink. And the south is water. You know, we also talked about that. It's oceans.
Yes. Why I ask you this question, because in all of TV shows they are talking about Leo will be have a good year this year. That's why I'm asking, is this all the same? They are saying the same?
They comment similar, because I told you they followed specific popular astrological branch, such as Vedic or Chinese or Kabbalah or Western Greek astrology as well. But I comment a little bit different, because I have different vision than them. We have to comment different way, because we have to follow Tawhid. Tawhid means monotheism, you know. Yes. And we can't say will, we can say may, yes, you know, can be, or maybe. And this is better vision, just like prediction of the weather forecast. Yes. So this is not going to make us responsible, but just like a fortune telling, like tarot or coffee reading inside of that. Yeah, that's right. And so what we do here, is telling some signs, some
according to a specific
according to perspective of the Jupiter.
I mean, it's like a
calculating, yes. For instance, we said Aries is the ninth house.
We just talk about Aries. Yeah. Are we going to talk about everyone?
Yeah, each of them. Let me finish if you...
we have a very small commercial break.
Okay.
Viewers, we have a small commercial break, then we'll come back to you. We hope you are enjoying this topic. We will become soon. Dear viewers, welcome back. Before the break, we were talking about astrology and horoscopes in 2019 and what it may be in 2019. Not يعني كسنك لي بشيء the name. What is it in English?
This is not definite, of course.
It's not definite, yes.
But this is some warnings.
Yes. So we just talk about Aries.
Yeah.
The second one is Taurus.
Taurus. Yeah.
What about Taurus?
Taurus, when we look at Taurus, they are going to they're going to renew their vision for metaphysic things, some religious visions. They're going to renovate it. And in 2019, they're going to take time to make it this, and also 2019, I request them to pay attention. Thursdays, afternoon prayer, you know, Asr. Then Hadi and Rab names of God must be recited, mentioned in the prayer that time. That is going to be better. Especially Afif, Tawwab, Ghaffar, Ghafur, Settar, these names are also important to clearance of under conscience. That is going to be better in 2019 for them.
So Taurus, it will be like fate.
Fate and the clearance of under conscience and the forgetting the past and opening new doors.
Release the past and open a new door.
Yeah, but that's they must Taurus. Clear first their mind. Otherwise, they can't start again. That will be important.
It will take a time. It will take a time.
Yeah.
So Aries, education abroad. Taurus.
Mostly the religious clearance on mind. And Gemini. Gemini is, they had some difficulties, especially ascendant Gemini, in between 2015 and 2017. They may had some, so they may have, you know, some difficulties with their marriages. They questioned, some of them, they got divorced. But in 2019, they can repair relations again. And this is going to be a good opportunity to build up the new relations. Maybe this is going to be a wonderful opportunity for marry for them in 2019 to ease their hearts about marriage and the partnership also. So I recommend them on Thursdays in between Asr and the evening prayer in that area. Vedut and the Jami names of God are important, and also Hadi and Rab together, wishing love and having to be together, not dismantle, not getting divorced. This is going to strengthen the relation really for them, for Gemini.
Then we have Cancer.
Cancer should be, they must be careful about their weight, because they may have more appetite. They may want to eat more. That is going to reflect on their body shape. They can lose control about kilos. weight, and I request them not to eat much, and they must stay away from some fatty food, and they must protect their stomach really. Otherwise, they can put on some weight and they may have some stomach disease. They must be careful about that. And also, but they can, in 2019, they can open new way for work when they want, if they are looking for a job. And this is going to be a good period to find a new job, inshallah.
What about Asma al-Husna for Cancer?
Yeah, Shafi and Hafiz. Shafi means the cure-giving God. And Hafiz means protecting God, of course, but together with leading God, El-Hadi, and Rab, the teaching God, the teacher as well. The Rab has teaching meaning also inside of it.
Then we have Leo.
Leo, yes, Leo. Your horoscope as well. And the Leo, in this period, if they have got empty heart, they can find new love in their life, and also if they are married already, they may have first child, second child, and they may have a child. That is good news for them. And
it's a year of love for Leo.
Yeah,
you can say.
That's right. And also anyone who doesn't want love or kid, any person who's single, but paying attention for art. This is good period to have to get job about art and maybe some theater and the drama works.
This creative field.
Yeah, this kind of things. And so I recommend them on Wednesday evening time, Vedut again, but Sani Musawwir for the art. Sani means artist, the artist God. And also Musawwir means the designing God. The God, is also designing everything. Yeah, create is Halik, but this one is giving shape. And in your language, the camera is Musawwira.
Photographer is Musawwir.
Yeah. So Al Musawwir is also the name of God, and the Leo is a little bit angry. So, they can get angry very fast. So I request them to say the Halim and As-Sabur. These two names are going to get cool. It's going to make them cool down. Really, it's going to help it very much. Anyway, Virgo is can move a new home, and also they can get a new family member. Maybe sister is going to get married, maybe brother is going to get married, and this kind of reflections can be seen in the family because the Jupiter is going to be in the family home.
So it will be like a
expanding
down
the family,
from social life.
Maybe they are going to buy a home as well. And if they don't change their homes, and anyone who has got power, they can intend to buy a new home. And Libra.
We didn't say about...
So that's right. Rahman al-Rahim is very important for the house of, fourth house. And also Rab and Hadi for the Jupiter position in the fourth house. And what is the praying time is Wednesday, night pray, the last one, the fifth one, before we sleep. We pray Isha, and we say in Turkish Yatsı. Yeah, and that's important for them, especially who want to buy a home. They can also call God with the Malikul Mulk. Malikul Mulk is the owner of the property normally. So declaring this one, it is going to be very helpful to own a house. And Libra. Libra is going to renew the relations with brothers, sisters. If they have got bad if they had bad relations with sisters, brothers, they can renew it, and everything can be okay in 2019 with Salam, name of Lord, and Hadi and Rab is also together with it, and also Basir, Semi, Vedut, and Jami. These names are important to have better relations with brothers, sisters, and also for the communication as well. And they're going to invest on, having some causes, communication causes, or starting new language, or this kind of things. And
I can say that Rab and Hadi.
Sorry?
Rab and Hadi.
Yeah, it's standard.
Very standard.
Yes.
Yes.
For 2019, that's standard. And Scorpio, they had very tough years in between 2012 and between 2012 and 2015, and these years were very hard for them. And also in between 2015 and 2017, they had some economical troubles. But Alhamdulillah, they started solving their problems since 2017 October, because Jupiter started visiting their first home and the second home now, and they are going to gain, they can open a new income ways in their life. And if they're going to invest, I request them to think well. But when, Scorpio is very emotional. When they are emotional, they can't take decisions very easily. So when they are sad and when they are very happy, they must learn, let's speak this later, sometime later. They must take the time a little bit. Not immediately, please. And then they are going to have, inshallah, a better 2019.
Inshallah. I thought Scorpion people are very tough. I didn't know they are emotional.
That's right, because they live some storms in their heart. When they love extremely. When they hate also extremely. It's not easy to find, in between of that. And it is so the Scorpio should remember the name of God as Vedut and Adil, Al-Adil, because Al-Adil keeps them in justice. So they're not going to be nepotic or phobic. When they're not going to love very much or hate very much. So they're going to find, of course. So Scorpio people should be careful in 2019, especially morning time, especially Thursdays, Thursday morning time. Kerim, Samet, and Gani names are coming for the good income, and also Hadi and the Rab is good for teaching, finding a way for this. And also Afif, Tawwab, Gaffar, Ghafur, Settar, forgiving the past.
So they have to forgive more.
Because Satan is approaching from four sides. We talked also this, And the water group, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio mostly. The Satan comes from the back, the past. And always coming, you remember those days, hard days or something. If he is in the good mood, suddenly goes to bad mood. Because Satan is trying to break our happiness, our peace in our heart all the time. He knows how to behave really and how to talk inside. In fact, Satan is inside in every human being. So it's like nafs is always talking opposite way, showing you any illegal way is illegal, finding some excuses.
Or blaming you for something you did.
Yeah.
So we have Scorpion.
Scorpion, and after that Sagittarius. Sagittarius is they lived tough years in between 2015 and 2017. And this is time to make it easy, to make it, to find cure for that. So they mustn't lose chance this good year, and they should remember the name of God, of course, just before the sunrise on Thursday mornings, and they should remember Aziz and Muiz for rising up again, and Hadi and Rab we talked, and to get it, make it strong in heart. So I recommend them also to give donations to the orphans. That this is going to be very helpful, especially on Saturday morning time before the sunrise. This is going to be very helpful for the economical situation, because sadaqah, infaq, zakah, giving the how can I say, tolerance of the Lord in economical situation. When you give, it comes to you back, yes, much more than that. It's reflecting. But when you don't give, when you are greedy, money doesn't move in the world, in economy also. That is why interest is forbidden in Islam. Because everyone, when they see high interest, they put their money into the bank, but that money doesn't move. But when they give zakah, infaq, sadaqah, the money is moving. This money circulation brings the barakah in Arabic. That is why zakah brings barakah economically. But today, many economists, they know this, but they never reveal it. They never. And
so you
lastly,
signators to give more money.
The sadaqah, let's say,
okay,
and also the Capricorn, when we look at them. Capricorn started having life tests since 2018, beginning of 2018, let's say 2017, December. Since that time, they started seeing some tough time. Some of them, they don't know why, because this Capricorn people don't believe in astrology mostly. Yeah, and unfortunately, when they don't believe, they don't know how to act when Sagittarius is passing from their house. So Saturn is passing. Saturn is testing, but Jupiter is going to ease their heart in 2019. Maybe they're not going to solve their problems, but they're not going to take care very much.
It will be a tough year.
They're going to get used to the problem, maybe.
Yeah.
So, but nevertheless, I recommend them after the sunrise on Thursdays. Salam Esma, Esma al-Husna, Salam is going to be great, really, when they recite this name. And the calling, oh my Lord, I request you to give Sekinat to my heart, peace in my heart. When they say this, they don't care too much about the troubles very much, and that they're going to feel comfortable.
Let it go.
Yeah, every kind of bad energy will go, because they're going to think, if there is Allah, there's no problem.
Yes, that's right.
And Aquarius.
We have still Aquarius.
Yeah.
But we run out of time, unfortunately.
Okay. Lastly, the Aquarius is going to change the environment of friends. They're going to have new friends. Maybe they're going to leave old friends, but the new friends will start. And then I request them to be careful about having new friends. The new ones must have moral values and also justice. Otherwise, they're going to leave disappointments.
And what about Asma Husna?
Hadi and Rab, of course, but Qayyum and Kavi, these two names, Thursday mornings in between 9 and 11 will be very good. And also taking time and thinking and taking decisions, that area, that time, that yes, in between this time. And also lastly, Pisces. Pisces, any Pisces who's looking for career or new job or fame A new wonderful period started for them. So they may find new opportunities about fame. They can get the level of career which they've been waiting for a long time. So, so I request them to call God with Hadi and Rab, of course, together with Aziz and Muiz, and also Basit and Fettah.
Yeah, that's really good. Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
this valuable information. We wish that we have another topic for today, but unfortunately we run out of time.
Yeah.
Dear viewers, that's all we have time for today. See you next time, inshallah, for a new topic, a new interesting topic, inshallah. We hope you enjoyed this episode.